Hello guys, welcome to the video. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how you can add webhooks to your Google Drive folder. So the requirement was key whenever a file is uploaded to a Google Drive folder, I want to get notified to my server, and in fact, I want to download that entire file to my server. So let's start. For that to work, first of all, we are going to make our users pass through an OAuth process, and we'll get the access token and refresh token. And using that, we are going to create a watch request to the Google Drive folder which we want to watch. So let's go to the documentation first as we go uh, to them first. So in this documentation, what we are going to see is like we need to create a notification channel. So like we have to send a post request to this endpoint, and this endpoint must contain the folder ID, like first the channel ID and the folder ID as well. So and after that, like whenever a resource is changed, you will get notified to your server. So let me first show you the code base, how we are going to make it work. So here I have created a very basic Express server, and I have added two endpoints, one for uh, making the user pass through OAuth process, and second is for handling the callbacks. And third endpoint is for watching the drive webhooks. So first we have the drive endpoint, and after that we have the callback endpoint, and after that we have the webhook drive. So what we are going to do is like we need to create a folder uh, in the our Google Drive. So here I have already created one, and we will be using this folder ID to watch the folder. So first of all, we need to create a Google Cloud project, and we need to create a API credentials for that. So for that to work, you need to create a Google Cloud project, and after that you can create an OAuth screen, and you can create a credential from here, and after that you can just copy paste your client ID, client secret, and your uh, redirect URL or like callback URL. So after that, you need to add some scopes. So what we are going to use is like we are going to take read-only scopes for Google Drive, like view and download all the Google Drive files. So for that to work, first of all, we need to like uh, check whether it is visible in your client or not, like over the screen is or not. I'll refresh. Okay, so I'll go to the edit app, and after saving, you have to go to add or remove scopes, and you can just find your scope here. If you're not able to find the scope, you can just enable the Google Drive API. So search for Drive API here, and go to the API here, and you can just enable it. Like in my scenario, it is already enabled. Like you can enable it. Yours must be showing enabled. So you can just enable it, and after that you can just re-add, try to re-add the scope. You will find your scope there only. So after adding the scope here, like you need to add that scope here, and copy paste all those credentials to your ENB. Like I have already created an ENB. This is an ENB sample, so you can just replace your entire uh, credentials here. Like, there is no use of access and refresh token, so like you can just remove it. After that, this is your Drive webhook registration URL. So whatever the ngrok endpoint you will be having here, you are supposed to copy that endpoint and just add it over here, and followed by the webhook/drive. So after that, let me run my server. For a second, I'll stop it out first. We need to replace our Google Drive folder which we want to watch. Like, this is the ID of the Google Drive folder. Let me re-verify it from here. Okay, so this is changed, so I'll be copying it and I'll be pasting it. And this is your channel ID. So remember that this thing must be unique. So I'll just what I did is, like, I'll copy the folder ID and I just paste it out here only. And after that, what is happening is, like, whenever the callback is coming, I'm registering the watch endpoint here. Like, in this scenario, I am using the Google SDK to do that, and internally, you know that it is using the APIs only. So after that, you can create a watch request, and you can also add an expiration time. You can add expiration time of maximum 1 week only, I guess. And you can just pass the folder ID here. If everything happens successfully, you will get the response for that. So after that, the watch request is sent. I'm just returning it back, and there is no use of that after. And here comes the main portion. Like, how do I handle the post request or the webhook notification sent to this endpoint here? So in the headers, we will be getting the X Google channel ID, and for this channel ID, this is the same channel ID which we will be passing here, and you can just verify in case you want to add a verification. After that, you can just set those credentials, access token and refresh token. These are the credentials of the users which you have passed through the OAuth process. Like, I am storing it in a global variable here as of now, so you can store it anywhere. And after that, creating the OAuth client, you have to create a Google Drive instance and pass your client here, and you need to get a start page token. So what this token is, like, from this token, whatever the changes will be there, you can check for all those changes, you can drive all those changes, and you can further process it. Like, and suppose whenever changes occur, you need to get a new token, like an updated token, so that the previous change should not come into your webhooks again. You should not handle the previous changes. So to stop repetitive previous changes, we need to go through the token approach here. And after that, you can just download the file here, and is if everything goes fine, your file will be downloaded in the downloads folder. So again, for downloading the file also, I am using first I am creating the client and then a drive instance, and then directly getting the file and storing it in my downloads folder here. So let's see, is everything goes fine, uh, is everything goes in action. Okay, so it is dev, and let's go to the index file. As we have our authentication process starting from slash drive endpoint, I'll go to that endpoint first. I've also made the ngrok running. This is my URL. Let's go to 4000 slash drive endpoint, and after going through the OAuth process, here is the uh, warning, but I'll continue, and again I'll continue. And here it is saying that I already have some access which I used in testing portion of it, and you will have a scope here listed. So I have already given access, so it is showing me like this. And after continuing, you will get a tokens here, access token, refresh token, and all those stuff, your scopes, and you'll get a watch response. Like, I told you, like, as soon as the authentication portion is completed, I'm sending a watch request. So our watch request is also successful, and this is the channel ID which we are using. So let's upload. Uh, so here is the Google Drive is checking while adding the watch, and try to upload a file here, and let's see whether it comes to our server or not. Like, let me just take the env.sample file and let's see whether it comes or not. So let's go back. A change occurred. So first let's analyze the headers. So in the ngdoc here, I am getting a Google channel ID. This is the same channel ID, but we are using, you can also use the Google resource change ID, uh, but I will not use that. I'll go with the token approach. So here you can see that I have listed all the changes, and here is the changes in JSON.stringify. So I am getting all the changes here, and I am only getting the single change here, and the single change is uh, it is an env.sample file which I uploaded, and it is downloaded into my env.sample, like it is the same file. So let's test one more here. I'll again go to the uh, drive folder, and let's try uploading the gitignore file this time. So okay, so the file is uploaded again. I see a change again, and the gitignore file also is downloaded to my directory here. So that is, guys, that is what we were trying to achieve. If you find this video helpful, please let me know in the comment, or you can share uh, or like it. And I will also attach the entire source code in the description. Plus, if you have any doubts or errors or bugs related to the Google Drive webhook, please let me know in the comment. I'll be happy to help. Thank you so much.